All right, welcome back to you. This is Saturday Sport. I'm Nicole Kente. Now, John Wright loves his hockey, having served as an international umpire for many years. He retired from that in 2017, but with the Olympic Games just 13 days away, we thought we'd bring him on and chat a bit about his career. And also, of course, what we might expect from our teams in Tokyo. He joins us now via Zoom. John, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, of course, you were named the International Male Umpire of the Year back in 2017, but I don't want to take away all of your limelight, so I'm going to hand it over to you to give our viewers a bit of a background on where exactly your career started as an umpire.
Yeah, good morning, Nicole. Thank you. Yeah, I was very fortunate, I think, to come from a hockey family, having been brought up in East London, and obviously they're exposed to the game. So, you know, the normal story is that there's never an umpire available at a hockey game. So I think I was drafted in at a young age, and I was never going to really make it as a hockey player, so umpiring was the way. And I was very, very fortunate to have a career of about 20 years umpiring internationally and being exposed to some of the top tournaments, the Olympics and World Cups in that 20-year period. So I was very, very fortunate, as I say. I was lucky to go to 5 Olympic Games, and I think it's a massive opportunity for our players, incredible opportunity, in fact.
So bring us into the picture, John. You being involved then within administration in cricket, and don't worry, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to ask you all of those terrible questions about what's happening within administration there. But you, of course, are currently the vice president at that lovely franchise in Centurion. So from being a hockey umpire, how did you end up then off the field being involved behind the scenes in cricket administration at Titans?
Yeah, well, my job, I'm a sport official at the Tshwane University, so that involves obviously involved in cricket administration, and I became involved in the then Northerns Cricket Union. Back in 2006, I got onto the executive, so that has really been my role, and then I was fortunate to be president of the union in 5 glorious years. So, yeah, it's a great union, and hopefully it can continue long into the future, because it's a new era of dawning on cricket.
That's right.
Where we return to what in essence was the old 13 or 14 franchises. So it's going to be an interesting time, I think, for cricket going forward as well.
Very, very interesting. And I hope, you know, this change that's happened with a domestic restructure will be a positive one. Just back to the hockey quickly, John, of course, you've gone and you've officiated more than 200 international games. You also have done 5 Olympic Games. So I think I'm speaking to the right man ahead of the Olympics that is coming up. What do you think we can expect out of the South African hockey men's team, especially considering, John, that they really haven't had much play time to prepare for this?
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. You know, there are a number of factors that obviously have contributed to that, and the main one being COVID, obviously, and the other one is obviously the lack of funding that SA Hockey finds itself with. So if you're doing a comparison with the top teams in the world, I know, for instance, the Belgians, Australians, the Dutch, the Germans have really been, you know, had really intensive programs probably for the last 4 years. You can say that maybe last year was a little bit, they had a bit of a thorn in their side because they obviously weren't able to participate. But nevertheless, those teams have been playing actively in the Pro League around the world, and probably in the last 2 to 3 months have played anything between 10 and 15 minimum internationals.
Yeah.
Whereas we haven't had that opportunity. We were supposed to have had Malaysia come to South Africa. Unfortunately, that was cancelled due to COVID. So their preparation hasn't been ideal. I know they've been having camps around the country, but it's not the same. You know, they're not playing top international hockey on an ongoing basis, and our domestic league hasn't happened. So it's really been tough for them. You know, they're going to have to pull out all the stops when it comes their time to get to Tokyo.
John, we're going to have to leave it there for now, but thank you so much for joining us. That is John Wright. He possibly is one of the best hockey umpires that South Africa has seen, and he's chatted to us a bit about his career as well as ahead of the Olympics that is coming up. Now, coming up on Saturday's Sport, Cricket South Africa holds hearings into racism and discrimination. Now, what really came out in the first week? We'll chat a bit about that next. Stay with us.